before I got diagnosed, I used to be very thin talaga. Thin, with regular menstruation, but late 2015, sometime around December or November, I was diagnosed with PCOS. That time ang PCOS, hindi pa siya basically well-explained. Dito na si PCOS nag-strike sa health ko. Nung nag-start akong mag-breastfeed, tapos in-stop ko na lahat. As in, kasi syempre, when you're breastfeeding, hindi ka pwedeng mag-diet. Kaya din siguro, I started having hypoglycemia, especially ng afternoon. Tapos, yung weight ko, as in, ang laki ko, I started gaining weight. Super drastic yung pag-change ng weight ko from size 2 to size 8. As in, ang laki. Tapos, ang baba na ng confidence ko. Sabi na ng mga brother ko, mukha na daw kong aparador, mukha na daw kong gasol. Aside from the hypoglycemia, drastic weight gain, meron pa akong migraine, chronic migraine. Mainit, malamig, whenever I'm stressed, ang sakit. So, parang binabasag talaga siya. Nahihilo na ako talaga, nagsushoot up yung blood pressure ko. Kahit walang trigger.
How did you come across Simply Nature PPARs?
Nalaman ko siya through Ma'am Jansen and Sir Shyan. So, they introduced PPAR to me kasi one time we were having lunch. So, very big yung appetite ko. Akong excuse si Ma'am, always tired meal. Ako, he looks 30s, 20-something, mga ganon. So, sabi ko, gusto ko ako din. Kailangan, paglaki ng anak ko, mukha lang kaming friends. When I started using PPARs, first month pa lang. Actually, first week pa lang, I started texting them na, Sir Shyan, Ma'am Jocelyn, I don't have episodes of migraine at all. Kasi yun talagang kita ko. Kasi everyday nafe-feel mo eh. Wala, even if it's cold, it's hot. Yes, kasi sabi nila, ang hirap daw, sabi ng doctors, once you got diagnosed with DM2 or diabetes, it's really hard na i-reverse.
Exactly. How did your doctors react?
They were amazed yung OB ko. First time, kasi OB ko na sila before pa eh. So, first time, since 2015, kahit ako, first time naming makakita ng clear, normal.
Guys, just to let you know, as you can see on your screen, the result actually says ovarian is bilateral. So, both sides.
Yes, bilateral. More than 20. Tapos may specific size pa siya. I can share naman yung lab result. Tapos ngayon, left is already clear and normal. Tapos yung right ko, reduced na yung size. So, working on it para ma-clear na siya. So, first of all, I wanna thank Sir Shyan and Ma'am Jocelyn. Really, as in, sobrang thankful ako sa kanila. I thank God for their lives. I have nothing but gratitude for them. Having this product improved my way of life talaga, as in. Tapos more pa para yung ibang friends ko, actually nakikita na rin nila eh. Encourage ko na rin sila, medyo nire-refer ko na rin sila. Tapos kaya mo rin to.
Exactly. And just like how Sir Shyan and Ma'am Jocelyn did it to you, it wouldn't be hard anymore because they see the improvement, they see the result on you as well.
Living witness na sila eh kung ano yung nangyaring changes. Good morning, I am Monique B. Marzad, 31 years old. I'm currently working as a property manager here in BGC. I was diagnosed 2015 with PCOS and I started gaining weight, having high blood sugar and then high cholesterol after I gave birth. And then when I started using PPAR, the migraine episodes, hypoglycemia, and my drastic gaining of weight stopped. As mentioned, I started to lose weight and look more vibrant. So I trust Simply Nature.
Before pregnancy, I'm already taking PPARs. My husband and we were really taking, I think during the time we've been taking it consistently for 5 to 6 months already, PPARs tablets. So, I even think that helped us during the this pregnancy because based on our experience, we had 2 miscarriages before my 3rd pregnancy and my successful pregnancy. And that time, we've been told that, oh, it's not healthy, that's why you're losing the baby. And then we're just, waiting on the Lord and praying for His timing. And during the time when I got pregnant, I also realized that, actually we've been taking PPARs. So, because I've read and heard that PPARs helps with cell repairs, it strengthens your body, it's high in antioxidants and all that. I really think that contributed for us to have a healthy pregnancy. And yeah, that's what I also took during that time. After I have given birth, I really had difficulty because I had emergency CS. So, but on the third day onwards, I was actually feeling better. After giving birth, we're gifted with PPAR, so praise God, and that has helped me a lot because they said that the hormonal changes do not just happen during pregnancy and even after pregnancy. So we started taking PPARs also, and I know mommies who have given birth, I know you can relate to this. If you have experienced constipation before birth, when you have given birth, it becomes like more. It gets to the next level of constipation. So I'm glad I was able to and I was introduced to Cleansing Plus of Simply Nature even before pregnancy. So when I experienced all this constipation, when I took Cleansing Plus, it has helped me with my regular bowel movements and to be able to release easier and faster. When I felt constipated, because it's true, even after you have given birth, if you're already constipated, it's like it's gonna go to the next level of constipation. I don't know how it happened, but when I read about it, it's all because of the hormonal changes that happens in our body and our body adjusting and healing. So it's going through a lot. It has helped me because especially if you have given birth, whether that's normal delivery or you had cesarean, you're not really allowed to put pressure when you're about to go. So you're not allowed to push. So the Cleansing Plus really helps, for you to be able to release, better and easier. What has helped me in this pregnancy journey and even before that and even after is that I was taking PPARs. My husband and I were taking PPARs tablets. So that has helped me with, of course, the hormonal imbalances. It has helped us to regulate, and it has given us more energy and have healthier bodies. So it has no contraindication, so that could also help you. So you may try on your own and test it for yourself. Hi, I'm Nesta Vicencio, and here's my son Ethan Kairos. So I had an amazing pregnancy journey and recovery with the help of Simply Nature PPARs. Thank you, Simply Nature. We love you.
Good morning, I'm Mrs. Melinda C. Hispano. Ako po ay na-diagnose ng stage 2B breast cancer, and I'm from Muntinlupa City. I'm a public school teacher. Nung nalaman ko po na na-diagnose ako ng breast cancer, syempre may devastated po. And of course, the whole family, parang our world, falls apart, sobrang down. There is no symptoms eh. I just felt the lump. Dalawang lump siya sa right breast. And I was not really going for a check-up sa lumps. I was, magpapa-check up ako sa OB-GYN ko. And I was advised to go to the surgeon kaagad. So, after po ng operation, I was asked to go to oncologist. The protocol is to have 8 cycles of chemo and 33 radiation. When I was in the hospital, sa aking bed, browsing through the Facebook, I saw the face of Dr. Jansen. Sabi niya, makakatulong po sa mga chemo patient, yung Simply Nature PPARs. So if you will just try, malaking benefit po sa katulad naming mga cancer patient. I was advised to supplement chemo with PPAR powder, saka tablet. So at first, I was hesitant kasi very mahal po siya. Pero first chemo ko, taking PPARs, hindi po ako nahirapan. So I was expecting na yung mga nababasa ko, napapanood ko ng mga side effect of chemo. Hindi ko po siya naramdaman. So I was telling my family na parang maganda po yung PPAR sa akin. I finished the whole 8 cycles without any problem. Thanks to my doctor and the Simply PPAR. Kasi po, even my co-teachers, even my family, sabi po sa akin, hindi ka mukhang may sakit. So that must be a blessing from up high there, no? That I was able to meet Dr. Jansen and I was able to take Simply Nature PPAR. Latest result of my laboratory, all are normal. Yes, thank you, Lord. Continuous pa rin po yung tablet. So I just ordered 6 ngayong May. So that would last for ilang months. My latest ultrasound, fixed pa din po siya. No calcification or anything. So I thank God for that. Mapapayo ko po sa mga pasyente po na katulad ko, go to the right doctor, no? You pray for the right doctor. Kasi ako pinray ko lang para bigyan kayo ng the right supplements. And para yung journey nyo, yung cancer journey nyo, will be very successful. Kaya nga sabi ko, during my PPAR journey, sabi ko sa sarili ko na I will be the most successful chemo patient in the whole wide world. Thanks, PPAR. I will highly recommend po Simply Nature PPAR kasi based on my own experience, it helps me a lot talaga. And it's a blessing to me na take ko yung PPARs. Kaya nga ang sabi ko, I will be the most successful chemo patient kasi may supplement ako galing sa Simply Nature, which is PPAR powder and PPAR tablet. So, blend together, it helps me a lot. And I'd like to thank my daughter, si Cadiz, and also my husband for taking care of me. Hindi siya nagsisisi on that part. Thankful po siya. Kaya nga, nung sabi ko, a-attend kami, and he was very supportive, binatid niya ako dito. I am Melinda C. Spano. I'm a public school teacher. I was diagnosed with stage 2B breast cancer. Upon knowing my situation, it was really a very devastating event. I was advised to do 8 cycles of chemotherapy and natatakot ako dun sa chemotherapy. But with the help of Simply Nature, na-surpass ko, nakatulong po sa akin. It's a big help. Lahat po ng side effects ng chemo, hindi ko po naramdaman. So, I'm very, very thankful to Simply Nature because it really helps me a lot. And ang feeling ko, I'm a very successful chemo patient because of Simply Nature. I trust Simply Nature.
And we are live! Health Today, everyone! My name is Jeneline Macanjola, a licensed pharmacist and one of your trusted health advisors here in Simply Nature. Last week, we talked about, who remembered? Raise your hands nga. Okay. We talked about managing beyond the PSA, holistic strategies to shrink the prostate and lower your risk. But moving on tonight, we'll explore the edge of considering immunotherapy for rewiring your internal environment against cancer growth. It's about something many cancer patients eventually hear about, immunotherapy. But Before anyone even considers a medical immunotherapy, a deeper scientific question must be asked. What kind of environment exists inside your body? Because the immune system does not work in isolation. It works within the internal biology of the body, inflammation levels, metabolic stability, and cellular signaling. Tonight, we'll explore how the body can either become a hospitable environment for abnormal cell growth or a resilient environment that supports immune surveillance. Let's start with why the immune system misses cancer. Now, here's a fascinating fact. Your immune system eliminates thousands of abnormal cells every single day. Most of us don't even notice this, but the immune system constantly patrols the body like a security system. Yet, sometimes abnormal cells manage to grow. Why? Because cancer cells are very skilled at hiding from the immune detection. Think of it like a criminal wearing a mask disguise. The police are there, they're present, the patrol cars are actively going around, but the criminals blend into the crowd. So, the issue is often not just strength, it's recognition. Now, how does immunotherapy helps your immune system fight cancer? Modern immunotherapy works by removing this mask disguise cancer cells use, and some therapies block specific molecules called immune checkpoints. These checkpoints normally prevent immune cells from attacking healthy tissues. However, tumors exploit these checkpoints to avoid detection. Immunotherapy medications help release that brake. When this happens, the immune system can finally recognize abnormal cells again. But here's the important insight. Even when these treatments are used, the internal environment of the body still matters greatly because immune cells do not function well in an environment dominated by chronic inflammation, metabolic instability, and oxidative stress. Now let's understand how cellular switches. Inside every cell, there's regulatory switches that control how the body behaves. Okay, so some switches promote inflammation, survival signaling, stress responses, but other switches promote repair, metabolic balance, and immune coordination. One of the key regulatory systems involved in this balance is a group of receptors known as PPARs. You guessed it right. It means peroxisome proliferator activated receptors. They help regulate inflammatory signaling, lipid metabolism, and immune cell behavior. When these systems are balanced, the body is more likely to maintain an environment that supports immune surveillance. Okay? Here's a fascinating but rarely discussed scientific insight. It's the vital connection of why immune cells need power. Immune cells require enormous amounts of energy to function properly. If you didn't know, when immune cells detect abnormal cells, they rapidly multiply and activate. This process depends heavily on the mitochondria. It's the energy factories of the cell. If metabolism becomes unstable due to chronic inflammation or stress signaling, immune cells may become exhausted. In other words, the immune system may still be present there, but it lacks the metabolic energy to respond effectively. This connection between metabolism and immunity is one of the reasons researchers today are studying regulatory pathways like PPARs. And this leads to an important perspective. Instead of focusing only on attacking the disease, modern research increasingly looks at supporting the body's overall internal balance. A stable internal environment supports coordinated immune signaling, metabolic resilience, and controlled inflammation. So, lifestyle factors such as nutrition, sleep, whatever, metabolic stability, and stress regulation all influence these signals. And understanding these biological mechanisms gives us a more hopeful and empowering perspective. The body is not simply a battlefield. It is a complex ecosystem of signaling pathways, immune coordination, and metabolic balance. Sometimes, the most powerful step toward resilience is not aggressive stimulation, but restoring the conditions where the body can recognize and respond appropriately. Now, I'm sure you have lots of questions, and to guide us through this discussion, we are honored to be joined by leading experts who combine science, experience, and compassion in patient care. First, we have a seasoned international speaker on a wide range of topics from personal success to healthcare, who is also the founding director of Simply Nature International, our PPARS expert from Singapore. You all know him, it's Mr. Shyan. And joining him is Dr. Jansen, a graduate of St. Luke's College of Medicine, a diplomate of the International Board of Lifestyle Medicine and the Philippine College of Lifestyle Medicine, currently serving as a consultant at renowned institutions including Alta Integrative Medicine and Wellness Complex of Perpetual Health Medical Center Las Piñas, Tree of Life Wellness Center, Centro Holístico, and Simply Healed Medical Group, where he practices integrative oncology. Good evening po, gentlemen.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, Jan. Good evening,
Hello,
Doc.
hello. Good evening. Hello.
Let's start. There's a
Oh.
question from
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
from last week from Mrs. Teresa from Cebu. It's very related to tonight's discussion. She's asking if the immune system is always protecting us, why does cancer still appear?
Wow, that's a good question. First time I've heard this question in so many years, Doc.
Yeah, this is why we get cancer, no? So if you go on Google and search for the 14 hallmarks of cancer, you will find there the reason why we have cancer in the first place. The 14 hallmarks, those are the causes. Now, specifically for the immune system, the reason why we do get cancer proliferating despite, we have our immune system is that cancer cells evade the detection of the immune system.
So they are adapting.
Yeah, they're either adapting or they mutate. When they mutate, they express proteins called your PDL1. Well, that's essentially a cloaking mechanism for the cancers to avoid to avoid immune detection. Some other reasons why we do get cancer is immune suppression. So there are a lot of reasons why our immune system goes down. Well, one, if we get viral infections, if we do get stressed out regularly, if we do get exposed to carcinogens, we do get cancer because of that. Those reasons mainly. So even if you have an immune system, the reason why you get cancer is either the cancer mutated or your immune system received a blow, so it was suppressed. So that's the reason. That's the link.
Doc Jansen gave a very scientific answer. I will give you analogies, some examples in real life. I mean, one thing is you have a roof. Why is it leaking in your house? Because there's a hole in your roof. Because you didn't maintain the waterproofing, right? Because there was a strong typhoon, like if you have an illness, right? And the waterproofing on the roof became thin and maybe there were some cracks. That's when your roof starts leaking. Right. So one thing I want to confirm what Dr. Jansen says about stress. I saw it firsthand because in my office when I was younger, I was working in a private banking office. It's very, very stressful. It's about stock market. So in one floor, we actually have 2 or 3 leukemia patients, cancer patients. So they are very young, 40 plus. This is about 20, 30 years ago. So to have cancer in your 40s, 20,
Don't
30
reveal
years
your
ago.
age, sir.
Yeah, 20, 30 years ago. It just goes to show what's the change, what's the factor. The stress actually affects your immune system and more people develop cancer. So everything Doc Jansen shared is something I see, and I think most of us can see in our real life if we really open our eyes and look at it this way, right? So Yeah, so it's so important to strengthen your keep your immune system strong. Doc, I want to ask a scientific question, I guess, is or a medical question. So as we age, is it it is a natural process that our immune system will start to weaken, right? And that we actually have to do special action to try and strengthen it. If not, we will age naturally and our immune system will break down naturally, which is why I think when I was younger, I mean, another reason why cancer rate is going up because people are living long enough for cancer to come. Is that a correct thing to notice that as you age, your immune system is getting weaker if you don't do anything?
Yep, naturally. Actually, under the microscope, they investigated this, no?
Oh, wow.
The cells of elderly,
Mm.
especially elderly who are 70s, 80s, they
Okay.
move slower compared to the cells of younger people. So,
Wow.
with just a simple comparison of the mobility of the
Mm.
cells, you would notice that the white blood cells or the cells of elderly people would be, would function on a less degree
Mm.
compared to cells of a younger one. So this is the reason why
Mm.
elderly, especially those who are more than 65 years of age,
Mm.
pneumonia vaccine is being recommended for them for the simple
Oh,
reason that
really?
their immune system is compromised already just by being at least 65 years of age. Of course, this doesn't happen to all individuals. There are elderly individuals who are really, really strong,
Yeah,
even
that's
stronger
true.
than
The
a
young
person who's
people.
in his 30s or 40s even. Yeah. So also to happen, this is also true with the opposite one.
Mm.
Um reason why we do get stem cells from younger individuals or
Mm.
from tissues derived from that has something to do with youth. We get stem cells from that. It's because the young cells are quite healthy and they function really, really well. So this is a natural course of life,
Mm.
which is aging. Aging is it's irreversible. I
Yeah,
should say it's
it's irreversible.
irreversible.
I
I
like
mean,
that.
I mean,
It's irreversible.
this is not to not. I have nothing against the longevity society, the
Yeah,
longevity community,
yeah,
and the other doctors are promoting longevity and all. No, but
yeah,
we can only slow aging,
yeah.
but we cannot totally reverse it.
Total agree.
I mean,
If you can,
no,
you'll live forever.
yeah, there's nobody like Benjamin Button here, no. I mean, if you get the analogy, go watch the
Yeah,
movie Benjamin Button. So, goes to my point. I mean, as you age, regardless of how you slow down aging, you're still gonna age. I mean, when
yeah.
you're 90, probably you're just gonna look like 70, but
But you're
you're
still
still
not
gonna
30.
die. Hello.
You're still not 30, right?
The idea, I mean, I don't know. Well, at least for now, we haven't seen the technology that actually increases the lifespan of humans.
True,
We
true.
haven't. I mean, it has to be tested, but there are theories behind it on how to expand. I mean,
Oh,
if you go on
really?
social media, you would see a lot of declarations, no, or announcements out there that they have extended or found a way to extend the
Wow.
lifespan, but this hasn't been um
Recognize.
this has been yeah, it hasn't been replicated yet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just in theory, but so there goes my point, no. So
So, Doc,
at
I
least
have
for
a
now,
I
yeah.
have a practical question. Practical question, right? So, my mentor gave just a sweeping statement, right? It's just a sweeping statement from the creator of our Pipa products. A sweeping statement, but it made me think, and I'm wondering, how real is this guideline, or how we should act upon it. He just made a sweeping statement. He said, "Your health today was determined what you did 20 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
right?" So now we all know. I mean, Doc, there's a high chance you will live to 100. I mean, by then, if war and doesn't get us, right? My age, if you die at 70, for people like me born in the 1970s, if we die at 70, it's young because more and more people born in my era are living to 85, 90. All right. It seems like that's our projection. So actually, if we die at 70, it's young, but in the past, that used to be old. So this has really made us realize, oh, I'm going to be alive when I'm 85. So actually, if I still want to be able to walk, have my teeth, eyesight, I better start doing something today. So how true is it and that our health today was determined 20 years ago, and what we want to be like when we're 70, now when we are 50, we already have to start making these changes. How good is that advice? Yeah.
It's also very, very true. It's very,
Oh,
very true. So I mean, the longevity community,
yeah.
longevity doctors they're actually advocating this exact concept.
Oh,
You slow down, aging by what you do now. So that
now.
when you implement the things to slow down aging now, by the time comes 10 years later, 20 years later, you're still gonna look young. I mean, you're still gonna have a
And
body
feel
of
young.
someone who
Yeah.
just aged a few years biologically. Okay?
Mm.
So yeah, this is absolutely true. I'll just give you one example, no.
Okay.
A person who works so much with very little rest during when the person is very, very young,
Mm.
that person will definitely age faster than someone who takes it easy.
Yeah, later. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
Right?
That means
So
they look the same when they're in their 20s, but when they're 40s, the person who worked very hard looks much older than the one that
yes,
is chill.
yes. This becomes more profound. The difference, that gap
Mm.
becomes more profound in
The older you
60s and
get.
70s.
Oh,
Yeah, because
wow.
there are people in their 70s who functions like they're in their 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are people who are in their 70s who function like
And
they're
like
in
50.
40, 50 or 40 or 50. Yeah, because there was one event that my wife um she basically facilitated that event by being the medical doctor for
Mm.
that sports event. So
Oh,
this was held in Palawan, this
okay.
triathlon. So there was one contestant who is an 70-year-old man. 70-year-old. I mean, 70-year-old
Triathlon.
triathlon
Swimming, running, and biking without
running, biking,
stopping.
and swimming. Yeah, without well, the person can rest, but
Yeah, but
the
yeah,
fact that
you're
you can
supposed to not
swim
stop.
and
Yeah,
at
yeah.
70 years old and
Wow.
run do biking at a competitive level. Oh my goodness, that's
Wow, wow.
totally on a whole different level. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, so this is what so the concept that you're saying is
Mm.
absolutely true. Whatever we do now determines our the degree of how healthy we are or our biological age down the road. Chronological age we can't do
Yeah, we
anything
can't
about.
change that.
Our
That's just
biological
real.
age we can slow it down
We can
definitely.
slow it down.
Yes.
Doc, in general, you're right. We cannot reverse. But if you ever went through an illness, you age very rapidly during that illness period. But you could possibly go younger. That means reverse back to your original biological path after you recover from the illness and you really make changes to your life. But you can't get younger than what you actually are now. If your biological age is supposed to be 50, you are 50. But maybe because of an illness, your biological age accelerated to 60. But over the years, you could like help it go back to what its original path should be. But you're right, you cannot get younger than what you are. Yeah. Hallelujah. So that's really good. Guys, I think this is something very real. I bring this up because I realize I've been eating PIPA tablets for more than 20 years. So any benefit because I do have the privilege and sometimes the joy where people mistaken my younger sister to be my older sister. She's very unhappy, but I'm very happy. All right. But now I'm starting to think, right? I've eaten pipas, I've done that, and I'll continue to do that. I already have that benefit. But I'm starting to think also, what do I want to do today that will make sure that when I'm 70, I'm very concerned with mobility. Being able to move around, and teeth. If I lose all my teeth, how am I going to enjoy something as practical as
All
that?
you're gonna eat are purees.
Yeah, everything's from a straw. All right. Okay, but just food for thought for everyone and for everyone who's interested. You know what Jen shared today about cellular energy, that is part of longevity. That means that's how you keep your biological age as close to what is optimum. That means slow down your aging and keep you as young as you can be. Okay, you can't be younger than you ought to be, but you can be as young as you can be. Many of us are actually older than our actual age. So you are 50, but many of us have the body of a 55-year-old when you're 50, right? So it's very important what you can do to bring it down to your your biological age should be where it's supposed to be. And nutrition, lifestyle is a huge factor. So one simple practical way to start is choosing the right supplements, right? Because it's easier to eat your supplement than to totally radically change your lifestyle overnight. But you should still need to change your lifestyle. But you can start on the process of healing your body and bringing it back to optimum with the right supplements. So Simply Nature people tablets. I'm not even saying extract. The tablets is one of the foundational choices you can make. Then on top of that, you can continue to research and what else you want to take. You can have a consult with Dr. Jansen to ask how does he keep himself so guapo, right? What else is he eating apart from PIPA tablets, and what is his lifestyle choices? All right, yeah. Jen?
Okay, next question coming from Richard Goma. Wow. Is cancer recurring? Because our neighbor already had surgery and declared cancer-free, but she's diagnosed again.
Doc.
Yeah, inadequate treatment. So that's the reason. Okay, so this has so I'm not this inadequate treatment. I'm not saying that what was done to him was wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
the reason why he was able to go into remission in the first place because he did the right
things. He did some right
He
things.
did the right things, but
Not
he
enough.
should not have stopped there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the concept. So you have cancer. Cancer are cells. So it's you. It's basically you which mutated. Okay. So the mutation led to the unlimited or no limit in the cancer cells replicating. So when cells are replicating uncontrollably, they form a tumor. So that tumor that grows. When it grows, okay, it can form new blood vessels. And when it forms new blood vessels, some little bits and pieces of it can go to the bloodstream and swim around your body. Okay? So now you have two problems. One is the visible tumor, which can be easily diagnosed with imaging in sometimes even physical exam. Okay? The other problem is the cancer cells that's swimming around your body, which we cannot see with our naked eye and the conventional imaging modalities. The only way for you to detect if there are cancer cells or circulating tumor cells present in your blood is to do a liquid biopsy. Okay? So, if to address the solid tumor, the tumor, the visible, the tumor, okay? To address that, you do a lot of things. No? So, you do surgery, you do radiation, the conventional oncology modalities. Okay, so if you do the surgery, that's the fastest that you can remove the headquarters. Now, when you remove the headquarters, the only thing that remains would be the cancer cells that's swimming around your blood. So this is the reason why we have to do chemotherapy. Now, with chemotherapy, here's the problem. Okay? Since chemotherapy is so toxic, you can only receive so much of it. 4 cycles, 8 cycles, 12 cycles, etc. The point is, there's limited amount of sessions that you can only receive because it's toxic. Okay? And the way chemotherapy kills cancer cells is this. Say, for example, you have 1,000 cancer cells that's swimming around your blood.
Okay.
Yeah, when you receive the first cycle of chemo, that's gonna probably, let's just assume that it's going to kill 50% of the cancer cells. Okay, so that's how effective the chemotherapy is. So, from 1,000, after the first cycle, 500 remains. So you rest. So when you rest, of course, the cancer cells it's not gonna be stagnant. It's going to proliferate again. So from 500, say for example, it goes up to 800. Okay, so you receive the second cycle. So from 800, it goes down to 400. You receive the third. So on and so forth. After you finish all sessions, the cancer cells in your blood is not gonna be zero.
Yeah.
Not
it will
gonna
still
be
be a
zero.
number. Yeah.
Okay? So now, since it's not zero, and let's
Oh,
assume that
sorry, I'm gonna ask a
yeah,
question right now because I think some people will, but they will say, but my cancer markers is normal. So does that mean so cancer markers normal doesn't mean I have zero cancer cells?
no,
Okay,
no,
good. I
no.
mean,
The cancer
everyone.
biomarkers,
Ah,
you cannot assume that you are free of cancer but just by assuming a fixed number, because
yeah,
cancer markers in your blood, the typical that we request, no,
yeah.
we we monitor the trend. It's the trend, it's not the number. Okay? So
Okay.
even if you are within that normal range and you see it that it's increasing, that should flag a warning sign. Okay? So going
Okay.
back to my point.
Okay.
To my
All
point.
right.
Okay? Going back to my point. So now you have so few circulating tumor cells. Now, because you just finished the chemo, do you stop there? Okay. In the
Mm,
first place, how do you know if there are still circulating tumor cells? You do a liquid biopsy. So a liquid biopsy is where we get your blood, then
mm,
check if there are circulating tumor cells.
mm,
That's simplest. That's the simplest explanation.
mm.
Now, a liquid biopsy can detect cancer even if on imaging nothing is seen.
Okay.
Okay? So far in our technology nowadays, the imaging modality that can detect cancer really, really accurately, and the smallest one can appear on this, no, it's the PET-CT scan. The PET-CT scan has a limit of detection of 2 millimeters. In other words, anything less than 2 millimeters, it won't show up in the PET-CT scan.
Which 2 millimeters is actually quite big. It's not small. It's something you can see with your eye. So
Yep,
I mean that means that anything small, I mean, so 1 millimeter you can actually see with your eye also, because if you can look at the ruler, you can see the 1 millimeter
1
mark.
millimeter, yes.
But already the CT scan cannot
Yeah,
detect.
PET-CT scan cannot detect anything less than 2 millimeters. So,
Wow, so you really never know. You really will
yeah,
might
you
have a
won't know, you
cancer.
won't
Your
know.
cancer
Yeah,
tumor might be there, but you cannot detect.
yeah. So, you're saying now that you're cancer free because the available tests that we have told you that it cannot detect cancer. But are you truly free of cancer? Really now? Because there's limitations on the detection of the PET-CT scan.
Mm,
So you cannot say that you're really cancer free. So now
wow.
you have to do more tests to do more. So this is where liquid biopsy comes in. And if in the liquid biopsy they do see circulating tumor cells there, then you are in a state of minimal residual disease. You are not cured of cancer. We can declare you in remission but not free of cancer because there's still circulating tumor cells in your blood. Okay? So at this point now, will you ask, okay, if I have these remaining cancer cells, is my risk of getting recurrence or metastatic disease later on, is it reduced or is it still elevated? Now that depends on the level of circulating tumor cells detected and the genes that these circulating tumor cells are expressing. Because if they're expressing genes that increases your risk of metastatic disease, then guess what? You will get it later down the road. It's just a matter of time. Yeah.
Wow.
So now, the number of circulating tumor cells for us to really tell you that, hey, your risk of metastasis is already reduced, it should be between 0 to 1. That's how few it is. So 0 to 1 is 0 to 1 cells per 7.5 milliliter. That's the measure. That's really, really small. That's really,
Mm,
really small. And if you are lucky enough that you get this liquid biopsy and they do not detect any circulating tumor cells, you have to have this repeated at least 3 times
mm.
for a doctor to really tell you that, hey, you're really cancer free at this point. Yeah. Three
How
Wow.
zero.
long apart, Doc? The three
That
times.
well, they're recommending 3 months apart, but as long as you do get three. So at least 3 months apart. Yeah. So this liquid biopsy test, RGCC can do that. Okay. So RGCC is the laboratory who does this liquid biopsy test that detects the circulating tumor cells. RGCC is in Greece and Switzerland. Yeah. So for the people who are watching this, if you are interested in this test, just schedule a consult. I can help you arrange for this.
Wow. Thank you, Doc. So for everyone, I think this is so insightful. Recurrence is something that is very devastating for the family and especially for the patient, because it is usually a hard-won battle the first time. You thought that everything is fine, and it is it is not 100%, but it is more often than not, a recurrence is much harder to treat than the first round. Because some of the successful treatment methods are no longer going to be as successful or may not even work at all anymore, because this cancer is the same cancer that was defeated, right? It just came back. It's not a new cancer, it's the same. Which means, like viruses with antibiotics, anything that actually it may already have mutated and develop immunity to the previous treatment, right? So these are things why recurrence can be so scary and why you want to minimize recurrence. So Dr. Jansen is making it very clear, and I'm seconding him and agree. You must do more. Really, you need to do more than what your oncologist does with you. Okay? And you don't stop just when your cancer tumor disappears. You have to continue to beef yourself up, protect your immune system, and keep yourself really, really healthy. Last thing before we answer next question, I actually met a cancer patient who had cancer. Right now, it would be 35 years ago, because when she met me about 10 years ago, she told me she had cancer 25 years ago, right? And yet she still looked for us in our company saying, can you share with me how your supplements can continue to keep me cancer free? So you can see this patient, why she's able to avoid recurrence is because she never stopped protecting herself and fighting against cancer. It was something that she continued to do, and that kept her alive and healthy. So I hope that is the strategy for everyone. Yeah, you can't just fight the cancer. You got to do more.
And for those of you who wish to have a consult with Doc Jansen Kalalan, you can schedule an appointment using the link in the description box and comment section below. Our caring healthcare specialists, Miss Beth and Miss Irish, will reach out to you shortly. Okay, next question coming from Visitation. Can PPARs be used for vertigo?
No, not really. Because vertigo, it's so vertigo is an illusion of movement. That's the translation of vertigo, no? So for vertigo, you have a structure inside your ear that detects balance that got dislodged. So you just have to do a maneuvering to put that apparatus back in its place. So as a very simple office procedure can do that. So I suggest you go visit your ENT physician. Yeah. Very easy to reverse. So that's vertigo.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Let me just greet Miss Janet. Thank you for joining us. Okay, next question coming from Maria Vargas. Please ask Doc to share samples of good results of leukemia patients.
Leukemia patients for children. Okay, so leukemia is a blood cancer. It's a cancer that is very broad in terms of severity. So some people, you when you see them, they have leukemia, but it's not apparent. And there are people who have leukemia who are very, very sick. So for children, children have very, very good prognosis for leukemia. Survival is really very high. It's just that they really have to undergo the chemotherapy so that the leukemia cells do not resurface or recur. Okay. For people who are older, chronic lymphocytic leukemia is quite benign as well. So it's something that they can live with. Yeah. Then those people who are in between, These are the more variable. So some people, when they do get acute AML, for example, no, acute myeloid leukemia, especially when they are, elderly, they get really very sick and the prognosis is not good. Same thing when younger people get chronic myeloid leukemia, they also do get very sick. Okay, but again, this depends on staging. I just got a patient who's diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia and he is in his 30s.
Wow.
He is at he's between stage 1 and 2. The
Okay.
reason why he's between stage 1 and 2 is because his spleen, the size of his spleen is at a borderline. It's slightly enlarged. If it grows a little bit more, it's going to be enlarged already, categorized as enlarged. So he's in between that stage 1 and 2. And when he consulted a hema onco, the hema onco only advised him watchful waiting. There was no active treatment for this. Yeah. So these are very, very good stories, of people who get leukemia. So for this patient that recently consulted me, since for leukemia our treatment it's also quite limited, especially the natural extracts. It's really chemotherapy and some targeted therapy medications like Gleevec. So now since this patient, well, he was advised watch while waiting. So what is he gonna do? I mean, he wants
Watchful
to be
waiting, that's
proactive.
a bit passive, isn't it, for
Yes.
leukemia?
So he wants to be proactive. That's why he
Yeah,
came
that's
to me.
good. That's good. That's the right
Yeah.
attitude.
Yeah. So how would they manage this patient? So first, he's healthy enough, not clinically sick. So I cannot give him substances that risk outweighs the benefit.
Like drugs, basically.
Yeah, like drugs. I mean, repurposing drugs for this patient. I mean, we really have to balance the side effects and the efficacy that we're trying to get, because this patient is totally not sick at all. Okay? So now what I suggested was to get a liquid biopsy, get a little bit of sample, leukemia cell sample, send it to RGCC and have RGCC test various different natural substances and see what would work. So
Yep.
I'll base my treatment on that panel.
Mm.
So now we have something, we have good evidence that, okay, this panel will directly kill the cancer cells, the leukemia cells. So we use this and we
Doc,
just rotate them.
Doc, just to check, did your patient actually go through the test?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
He's thinking about it.
Okay,
So,
if he does, right? If he does and he wants to, for example, test it with the extract liquid, right? Let me know, because I will make it available to him to purchase instead of one box, right? Just maybe 1 or 2 vials that he can send with his blood sample.
okay, I'll let him know. I'll let him know.
Because I mean, if he wants to, he's being so proactive, so use everything, right? And who knows, from stage 2, 1, it becomes 0. That will be the best news, right? Yeah.
Yes. So
Yes. I'll let him know, all right? So that he doesn't have to buy an entire box. This is just for lab testing. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay, next question coming from sent privately from Ma'am Mitch. We're currently treating cryptococcal meningitis. That's why the cancer treatment is on hold for now, but he already received 17 cycles of immunotherapy, pembrolizumab. The last infusion was May 2025, since he was admitted June. Okay. Now is currently taking fluconazole. Is PPAR safe to be taken alongside? Wait, there's more.
yeah, absolutely.
Because there's no
Absolutely.
cancer treatment right now. So there's an increase in size and number of nodules that is causing cough. So can PPARs help?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. This is a great example of when you have limitations in your what's that called? Pharmaceutical options.
Yeah.
And natural is actually safe, no contraindications. All right. So yeah.
Yep. So you get a lot of benefits from PPARs at this point, okay? Number one is to lessen the inflammation.
Yeah.
So you're fighting infection. So the danger with cryptococcal meningitis is sepsis.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
that's very
the
dangerous.
problem, the problem with sepsis is inflammation,
Yeah.
overblown inflammation. So you
Oh.
need anti-inflammatories for that. So PPARs is rich in omega-3 fatty acids. That's gonna help lower inflammation. That's one. Another one is the PPAR agonists can slow down the spread of cancer. It can slow down growth, cancer growth.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect time to buy time.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Go ahead.
For sure, the patient would have very, very high inflammatory markers anyway. So this is the perfect time to start on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you came to the right program tonight and you asked the right question. This is a perfect example of how you know what to do.
Okay, before we go to the next question, let me just quickly greet Miss Helen Basalio Kamanayan from Baguio. Hello po. Okay, next question from Miss Eve. The impression of my ultrasound is non-benign for the lump 12 centimeter ovary. Okay, with this size, should I proceed with surgery or can PPARs still do it?
You should proceed with surgery.
Yep, non-benign, so means malignant. Yeah.
So if you have a 12 centimeter tumor and you don't do anything about it,
oh no,
you risk it twisting upon itself.
Yeah.
When it twists upon itself, that's going to be so painful that you're gonna rush to the ER, and the doctors there are not. They're gonna remove it anyway.
And not necessarily are they the best surgeons, right? Because
okay,
as
so
an emergency.
this question, I'm going to answer straight to the point. Okay, since you're not in front of me and I don't see your expression. So this is purely academic, no? If you have a 12 centimeter tumor,
which is this
and
big,
it is surgically removable, please have it removed. Because the following day, going from 12 to 0 is an amazing feat to achieve. Okay? Don't wait for it to shrink by taking something. 12 centimeters, when it shrinks, it's not gonna be 0 or 1 or 2. It's not going back to its normal size anyway. It's 12 centimeters. If it does shrink, no, it's just going to be small enough that it's still abnormal in size. How long are you gonna wait for it to happen? How much money are you going to spend for that to happen? Okay, but of course, the reason why you're asking is you don't know. But here's the answer. The answer is don't wait. Have it just have it removed. That's the fastest and that's the most cost efficient way to resolve it. Anyway, you have 2 ovaries.
Yeah.
The other one's still gonna function, so no problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you, Doc, for that enlightenment. Next question from Mr. Tony. Doc, what is the natural antihistamine you could recommend?
Vitamin C.
All right.
Vitamin C is a natural antihistamine, but you need to take enough of it.
Okay. And I want to add on this one, if you're taking an antihistamine, then so you are trying to manage your immune system's reaction, right? You're trying to. So I want to share that we actually did a clinical trial for allergies using Simply Nature extracts. It actually prevents it actually manages the immune response so that it has the effect that you want, but it's not an immune response blocker, right? It's not a blocker. It helps to modulate your immune response. So that's why it works for lupus patients, eczema, psoriasis as well. So, and this one, we actually did the study for allergies, for those who during allergy seasons, their allergies flare up, right? So we found that it actually prevents alveolar infiltration. It helps to, like what Dr. Jansen mentioned earlier, manages inflammation, right? So, yeah. Take both.
Yeah, and if this
Take both.
histamine
That's
is
my answer.
appearing on the
Take both.
skin, you can
Yeah.
also use AD Pro.
Yeah, so take both. All right.
Okay, next question po from Florencio Guido. Can PPARs help for early stage proteinuria with foamy urine 2 to 3 times at night, what else can you recommend?
Yeah.
Have proper labs, then go see a nephrologist. If you do get diagnosed with CKD, go see a dietitian because you can only take so much protein. You have to take care of your potassium and your phosphorus. There are healthy foods that you cannot eat. So what are you gonna eat? Yeah, so you have to balance this out. You have to live. So you need a dietitian at this point. Some supplements that I would recommend would probably be Renadil. Renadil is a probiotic. Well, it's bacteria basically that you take in after eating. The bacteria in Renadil will consume the urea, which is the poison, and creatinine. Aside from that, I would also look into antioxidants like acetylcysteine, PPARs, but I would recommend the extracts. Soft gel, the powder, and the liquid. I would look into those. Reason why is they are rich in fatty acids, omega-3 fatty acids, which will really help bring down inflammation. Aside from those, I would also look into sodium bicarbonate. Nephrologists do prescribe that already. I would also look into niacin and calcium carbonate. So these supplements can help lower creatinine and improve kidney function. What other advice can I give you? Take your medications. There's no substitute for those. Yeah, because if truly you have CKD, then there's only so much space. There's only so much improvement that you can get. Yeah.
You know, Doc mentioned niacin. Actually, Simply Nature PPAR tablets has a high level of niacin content. So I bring it up not to contrast, not to say you don't take a niacin supplement. What I'm just saying is that it helps you understand for the rest of us who are healthy, right? Why when you take your Simply Nature PPAR tablets, you are helping your body maintain your kidney functions before you actually have a CKD, right? So these vitamins, minerals are all important in keeping your body healthy. So before you actually become a CKD, diagnosed with a CKD, you want to maintain and avoid that. Actually, most of us are not healthy but not sick. You realize most of us are not healthy but not sick, right? Come on, you know, Jen, I'll challenge you. Are you healthy? Do you dare to say I'm healthy? All right, but you're definitely not sick, right? So this is where most of us actually are. Even if I ask Doc Jansen, he'll probably tell you he's not healthy because he's working so much, right? He's definitely, because he's not saying that he make wrong lifestyle choices, just his career, his commitment to his patients, the fact that he has to sleep less and work and always be focused, you know, because of his job scope. He's definitely not healthy, you know, compared to someone who is living in the mountains and breathing fresh air and so on and so forth, right? So most of us, even myself, living in Singapore, we really constantly are on the edge of that. It's a spectrum, but we are definitely in the category where we're not sick, but we are truly not very healthy either. So this is where, again, all the lifestyle choices and supplementations, exercise, all these things come into play, right? Again, it links again to what you do today will determine how healthy you are in 20 years and what your life will be like in 20 years. Yeah.
We have a comment from YouTube from Miss Marmin Andrada. Good evening po. And she has a question. I had my thyroid biopsy. The nodule has calcified. Was it able to get a specimen instead? What does calcified mean and what will happen? Thank you.
Calcification in the thyroid is something that you have to monitor. Calcification means a lot of things, no? So sometimes with aging, calcification is just there are calcium deposits there. Now for thyroid cancer, we do get calcifications. That's actually a sign, but not all thyroid nodules that has calcification automatically is cancer. It's just something that we look for to characterize if a thyroid mass or thyroid nodule leans towards a malignant diagnosis or a more benign diagnosis. So that's what it means. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, next question coming from Miss Carla. What does PPARs mean? Yan.
PPARs means peroxisome proliferator activated receptors. Actually, our products are not PPARs. Our products are PPAR agonists. So we actually activate the PPAR receptors and the entire activation of the pathways. All right. So it is the starting point of many of your body's pathways. So to be specific, our products actually activate the pathways, or the pathways, that means the reactions starting from a cellular level, and then reacting down to the cells, the proteins, the proteins that activate the different that functions in the body. Okay, so the main four categories is it will trigger and activate the pathways that regulate inflammation, that control your metabolism. So this will affect blood sugar, blood cholesterol, things like that. How your body burns energy. It also affects your the pathways that regulate your immune response. So all these three are very important for chronic illnesses. The last thing that the PPARs agonists do is it promotes proper cell delineation. So this means help your cells to mature correctly, right? The extreme example of a cell maturing wrongly is a cancer cell, right? So on the other spectrum, when a cell matures correctly, you have a healthy functioning cell, right? So that is in general what PPARs is. So you can see how it has a direct impact on cancer patients, but also healthy persons like yourself, who wants to maintain your health. Okay? So PPARs is not just for sick people, right? But extracts, if you are healthy and you don't have any critical illness, it's actually not, it's really the best product to take is actually the cheapest one, which is the tablets. You get the most benefit because you get nutrients, you get maintenance of your organs and things like that. Is the extracts necessary? Yeah, only if you're in performance sports, or you want to do once a year. For example, when you cross 50 years old, you really start feeling the impact of aging. You might want to consider the extracts as a overhaul, like an oil check, for a car. But it's not something that you do for extended periods of time. It's not necessary, right?
All right, we're almost at the end of tonight's session. This will be our last 3 questions.
Oh, 3.
Okay.
That's not close to the end. 3 questions, Dr. Jansen, and I can talk for 20 minutes. All right, okay.
Okay. Coming from Miss Ina Arganza, what are indications of PPAR's liquid compared to capsule?
Degree of illness severity.
Yeah. So if you are critical, go for the liquid. If it's something that you have time to manage, soft gel capsule. But again, time is measured differently from different illnesses, right? Sometimes a soft gel capsule is not enough to see impact, even if your illness is not life-threatening, right? For example, super extremely serious psoriasis patients, right? Yeah, the liquid, they will actually see impact. If they take soft gel, they won't see any impact until like a month later. And that is just too long.
Okay. Before we go to the next question, let me just have a quick shout out to Miss Naomi Veras, watching from Sorsogon City. Okay, next po. From, okay, Miss Amy Silva, L2 vertebrae compression. Can PPARs help?
Problem is anatomic.
Yeah, correct. The physical problem.
Mm-mm.
But if you are suffering from high blood cholesterol, blood sugar, and you have this, it's just a terrible combination. Yeah, then yes. So do still take care of your general metabolic health. It will help you recover faster from so many things, right? Even from anatomical issues. If you have high blood sugar, that's just going to affect your treatment options, and sometimes literally what you can or cannot do. Yeah.
Okay, this will be our last question for the
Oh, wow,
evening.
last.
Coming from Mr. Sean Marcos Guillao.
My
Yeah.
name?
Cervical
Wow!
polyps.
Polyps.
Okay, cervical polyps. Does
Oh, wow.
this lead to cancer? I'm asking for my Lola. Can peepers help with this? I want to opt for natural options.
Lola, so it's
Cervical
someone old.
polyps, good question. I don't think it leads to cancer at all.
Okay.
But if it's not causing any problems, or by problem, what I mean is it's not causing pain, irritation, it's not causing any uncomfortable or unwanted discharge or odor or smell, then no problem, just leave it there. But if it's causing problems, then the treatment will depend on how it appears, the size as well.
Go for a consult. I
Yeah,
think
you
this
need-
is definitely
you
go
need
for a
an-
consult with you, with Dr. Jansen.
you need an OBGYN for this as well. Okay. Who will come first? Me or OBGYN? Go with your OBGYN first.
Yes, because your OBGYN can examine, and then with the report, Dr. Jansen can do the natural solutions that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So he has to have a clear understanding of the situation so that he can then opt for the natural that you want to choose for your grandma.
Yeah.
So that's the last question, right?
Yes.
So I want to bring something up. Doc, I was with a friend yesterday, and then yesterday I got a rude shock. I did not know this. I'm not sure if you know this, Doc. Thailand has closed their shortened the work days of their civil services because of oil shortage.
Oh, Thailand. Philippines
Yeah.
did already 4 days government.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm sharing. Wow. I'm sharing with everybody that okay, I'm just being very practical here. I wanna, because many of our viewers are also our longtime clients and patients. As a company, we'll do our very best. But if this thing proceeds, carries on, and there is a strong indication that it will. All right, I just watched a in-depth review of what's happening in Iran. So the reason why this is happening is because actually there is enough enriched uranium to make 16 nuclear bombs. Right, 16, 1-6. And the problem is not about, the real problem is the Americans are trying to find out where it is. No one knows where these material are now. So the whole bomb, the whole war is what Israel wants and what Americans wants is totally different. The Israel wants, their land in Middle East. The Americans want to find out where these nuclear materials are. So this battle and in Iran is not going to be a short thing. Okay, so there is also going to be a strong likelihood that cost is going to go up. So and I also got feedback from our on the ground staff who are talking to patients and clients. Everybody's also a bit worried about your finances. And we are holding back on, I guess we're considering how to preserve finances. I want to share that this is one consideration. Another thing that you have to realize too is as the war goes on, as the economic impact like oil prices and this goes on, your treatments are not going to get cheaper. They are going to get more expensive. All right. So the speed of which you can save money versus your cost escalating, I think the cost will escalate faster than how much you can save. So if you want to do treatment, I think do it now. Because we really won't know how radical the prices go up. So for those of you who may not be aware geopolitically, this war is different from the Ukrainian war, okay? Because they are actually blocking the oil tanker route for all the oil in Middle East coming out. Okay, so this is why, I mean, when the Ukraine war hit, you didn't see the governments in Asia actually shortening the work days. this is how serious, right? That they actually shorten a work days because there's not enough oil. So what I'm just saying is those of you who are concerned about your expenses going up in the future, I'm going to say that do it while you can now. I'm not sure if you can save enough to prepare for things. So if you or your loved ones have an illness that requires treatment, that means you cannot avoid, right? I think go for the treatments now because we don't know how much more expensive it's going to be in just 3 months, 6 months. So we really don't know. So it's not like you want to increase your savings to weather the things coming. Costs will go up for everything anyway, but yeah, so your treatment costs will actually go up. So as a company, we'll do our best to hold in, but there are things that we cannot control is transportation costs, right? So I just want to bring this up. I think this is the first time I talk about these things on a program like ours. This is because it's the first time that I think in the 5 years that we've been doing it that there was something that actually going to affect the smoothness or your decision or your ability to maintain treatments. Okay. Okay. So shocking, right?
Well-
No, sorry, I was really shocked. I was in the middle of my conversation with my friend, and he said, "Yeah, Thailand and then now you tell me Philippines as well." Oh wow! Because in Singapore, no such conservation of oil. Maybe because we are literally one of the world's largest refiners. So we literally have lots of oil. We are refining the world's oil. So literally there's a lot of oil here. And we have several months worth of oil reserves. I just Googled Thailand only has 95 days. Wow, that is very scary.
95 days is okay. We have 1.5 months of reserves.
Oh wow, really? That's very scary,
Scary, yeah. But I don't know what will happen. I mean, this is
I mean,
something that's not within our control.
yeah, not within our control. So do what you can control now, right? But I guess that's what I'm saying. So if you want to see Doc Jansen start your treatment, please go. Right? Vegetables are not going to get cheaper. Okay, they're going to get more. So don't delay your healthy lifestyle to 3 months later, where I tell you everything will go up. Start now. It's actually cheaper to get healthy now than and get treatment now than later. Yeah. That's it, Jen. Sorry to bring the mood down, but I just thought it was something very real that I had to, and I would have to address our company as well. Nobody told me until Doc Jansen told me that government service in Philippines reduced to 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. Yeah, I don't know when they started it, but they're doing it. I mean, for sure within the month they're gonna do it.
Wow, that's so serious, That is so serious. Okay, it's
Well, don't worry. I'm still going to hold clinic every single day, 5 days a week. Please let me rest for 2 days a week.
Yeah, I mean,
but I'm still gonna do it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna increase consultation fees.
True.
So we just carry on.
We just carry on to the best that we can.
This is something what's happening with the world right now. It's something that's beyond our influence and beyond our reach. No, we are not the people who can influence this. So
Absolutely.
we just deal with what we can and plan ahead. That's the advice that I can just give. Plan ahead.
Correct. All right. So like I said, my point was our knee-jerk reaction when these things come is to create a buffer, right? To save up. We want to save up for the hard times coming. But I want to inject another consideration. Those of us who are facing critical illness, right? It's going to be better to start your treatments now than to delay, right? There'll be more uncertainty going forward. If everything goes well, then fine, right? Then you are also able to continue your treatments, right? But if things get worse, it's better to get it treatment now and get your health to a better stage when things really get difficult. Then at that time, it's even more difficult to get started. Yeah. So for those who are critically ill, don't let this current state of things be the thing holding you back from your treatment. Instead, I would think it makes more sense to go forward with the treatment before things get even more complicated and potentially more expensive as well. All right, that's it. Okay, so thank
Yeah.
goodness we go back to Jen's pretty face. Change the mood. All right.
As we wrap up this evening, do you have any more final thoughts for our viewers? No,
Doc,
Jansen.
I think that's enough final thoughts.
okay, same here also. I think the thoughts are very final, you know, when we talk about war. All right.
Yeah.
But word of encouragement, patients are getting treated. We have protocols that work. You know, tonight, if you came to this program because you have a loved one with cancer or medical challenges, the good news is there is solutions, right? So let's focus on that. And yeah, we are going to be here with you every Thursday. So thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Thank you so much to our experts, Dr. Jansen Kalalan and Mr. Shyan, for sharing their knowledge and insights. If you have any follow-up questions, don't worry. We will answer each of them next webinar or via direct message. And we hope to see you again next week for another empowering session. Same day, same time, every Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Your health is the priority. And like they said, in a world filled with noise and uncertainty of global conflict, it's easy to feel like your personal health has been sidelined. We want to remind you, your illness is still and will always be of urgent concern. And while the world watches the headlines, your body is fighting its own battle. And that battle doesn't pause for the news. So don't let global fear distract you from your recovery. Simply Nature PPARS is here to provide the steady cellular support and strength you need right now. Action is the best antidote to anxiety. So message us today and let's refocus on your health together. Before we say goodnight, we just want to inform you that if you've been dealing with stubborn eczema, psoriasis, acne, or even recurring skin irritation, and nothing seems to work long-term, it's time to level up your skin game. Stop patching the problem, fix the environment. Introducing AD Pro Probiotic Serum, designed to support your skin barrier, calm irritation, and help rebalance stressed out skin. Whether it's breakouts, flare-ups, or rough patches, this is built for real results. And here's the best part. Buy one, get one promo is still ongoing. Available now on Shopee, Lazmall, official website, and via direct order. Wait, there's more? If you buy a PPARS powder jar or a PPARS liquid vial, you will automatically get free AD Pro Serum, giving you both internal cellular support and external skin nourishment in one powerful promo. And as part of our commitment, we are extending our free shipping promo nationwide for PPARS liquid vial and powder jar only, exclusive via website orders only. That's www.simplynature.asia. If you're on a tight budget, that's okay, because if you buy the triple blisters of PPARS soft gel capsules, you are getting a free Renew mask naman. And we do all of this because we know cancer doesn't rest on weekends. So Simply Nature office is now open on Saturdays to better serve our clients. You may now place online orders and schedule product pickups every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Pickup location is here in Capital House Building, 9th Avenue, corner Lane S, North Fort Bonifacio, Global City, Taguig, Metro Manila. And this upcoming Saturday, get a quick health advice with genuine care and support from someone who understands how it feels to be in your journey. That would be Ms. Sheila Sampaio. Lastly, if cancer has touched your life, this is your next step. Remission is not the finish line. The real work is building an internal environment that supports long-term stability. So join us for a live in-person seminar featuring a powerhouse panel of cancer experts as we unpack the science of inflammation, metabolism, and sustained recovery. It's entitled Beyond Remission, Building a Body That Sustains Recovery. That's happening on May 30th to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. at SM Aura, BGC Taguig. Seats are limited, so secure your seats now. And talk to your assigned CSO or healthcare specialist. And thank you once again for watching Simply Nature webinar powered by SMG or Simply Healed Medical Group, because your curiosity and victory about your health condition is what fuels our mission. Here in Simply Nature, we are always with you from start to healing.